Hey guys, Spac Daddy Doug, and I'm glad to be back here talking about SPACs with you. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about a SPAC stock that I have a lot of speculative interest in. I think it's very exciting. It could go parabolic with the people who are behind it and what potentially that could bring to the table. With that being said, today's video is for entertainment purposes only. And what I'm going to be talking about is for speculation only. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel if you like this type of content. So we'll be talking about Pine Island Aquistion Corp. Ticker symbol PIPP. And if I brought this up in a video almost a year ago. So back last September, they created a SPAC. And the people that are behind it, when I kind of first looked at it, I was like, holy cow, who are these people that are running this SPAC? It's basically the top leaders of the military, congressmen, senators, all behind the SPAC, and they're all on the Democrat side. So it's kind of getting termed the Biden SPAC stock right after the Trump one, which kind of makes sense because this could also potentially go parabolic, just like the Trump one did. But I think why I'm bringing this up today specifically is because the volume in this SPAC stock has increased tremendously. Right now, at the close of today, or close of yesterday at this point, 11:15, the stock was trading at $9.90. Don't forget, these stocks really can't go below $10, so it's really at the bottom of the barrel. Really can't go any lower than this. Over the course of today or yesterday, calls have gone through the roof. Warrants are being sold. I mean, some information on this SPAC stock has been leaked, and it really brings to the attention that either information is out there, and potentially a deal is imminent. Since they've been out since I think last September, now we're about a year plus. So right about this time, you'd expect them to announce that they're going to go, bring a company public. But really, what is the people who are behind this? I'm going to spend some time on this video of the people who are behind this because this makes it so important. So a little bit about the SPAC and what they're really looking for. So they're looking to create I'll just kind of read it to you. I'm not going to bore you with the reading at all here, but we intend to search for defense, government services, and aerospace industries where we believe our team has extensive access, insight, expertise, and management skill. Okay, so why is that so important? The people who are behind that, and I'm going to get into that. Also, don't forget that the Biden infrastructure bill came across. You have some of the top leaders here. There's a lot of connections, a lot of favors owed. These are people who have been in the government for 30, 40 years, and now they have to make their nest egg. They have to make their generational income. This is what they've been yearning for their entire careers, is for this very moment. I'm going to read this straight from their SEC filings, but it says Pine Island Capital Partners teams includes 4 former senators, a former House Majority Leader, a long outstanding board member of a large aerospace company, a former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, a former head of the U.S. Central Command, a former U.S. Chief of Protocol, a former U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations for Special Political Affairs, and a Secretary of Defense. Okay, so who is in this SPAC? The first person I'm going to just list off, General Lloyd J. Austin III. If you don't know who he is, he's the Biden nominated him as the Secretary of State. Unfortunately, he had to leave the SPAC because of this. But don't forget, don't worry. There's a lot of people that are involved in the SPAC stock, and I don't know if this guy, our Secretary of State, actually kept the shares or what happened to that. I don't have that information, but I'm sure he's getting a kickback somehow. So Senator Saxby Chambliss, former 2-term U.S. Senator of Georgia and 4-term member of the U.S. House of Representatives, served on the U.S. Senate Armed Services Committee. Senator Tom Daschle served as U.S. Senator from South Dakota from 1987 to 2005. He's the only two senators who have served as both the Senate Majority Leader and Minority Leader. That would be Nancy Pelosi, who's the other person. So basically, imagine Nancy Pelosi running this. Senator Byron Dorgan. He joined the he's a U.S. Senator from North Dakota from 1992 to 2011. Before that, he served as U.S. Representative from North Dakota from 1981 to 1992 as the former Chairman of Senate Aviation Panel. Michelle Fleury, she was underneath Obama, but she's Secretary of Defense for Policy from 2009 to 2012. Representative Richard Geffert served as U.S. Representative from Missouri from 1977 to 2005. Getting a little bored from me reading these, but Admiral Michelle Mullen is a retired U.S. Navy admiral who served as the chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff from 2007 to 2011. Senator Don Nichols, the U.S. Senator from Oklahoma from 81 to 2005. And then we have two board of directors who are both ambassadors, Stuart Holliday, Capricia Marshall. So as you can see, there's a lot of connections, probably a lot of favors owed. I mean, these are the most powerful people in our country behind the Spac stock. I'm not going to bore you. I think I'm just reading through this, but a few not inside information, but a few information about the Spac stock. So they raised $300 million. Warrants currently, this is after hours on 11/15, so 11/16. They are up 70%. The stock is up 12%, almost 13% after hours. I think the way that the information is going out there, I think that somebody has leaked information. I think a deal is imminent. And there's a few ways to play this. And you could be the one person that say, SPACs are done, I'm not getting back in SPACs. Well, I also want to remind you that we're basically at $10 is the bottom baseline. So the risk reward ratio is definitely in the favor. If you're a short-term investor. The second thing is I think SPACs are really making a big comeback right now. I mean, we have the Trump SPAC. We have Lucid, who's going parabolic right now at the moment. There's a lot of other great SPACs. So a lot of people are coming back to the SPAC world, especially, and personally me, I went to cryptocurrencies and they're not doing so good. So I'm looking back at SPACs. I like SPACs a lot because there's a lot of control behind them. But they definitely did put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth with a lot of things that did occur. You could be a short-term investor. There's definitely going to be a lot of hype. Especially if you're seeing this video early, it's a good time to get in. You could do a short-term play, or you could be a long-term player. I don't know enough information of who they're going to be acquiring, but I definitely want to be in this moment right now. It's definitely a lot of FOMO. Just a little bit of information on myself. I did buy this SPAC stock when it was in the unit phase, when it very first came out. And unfortunately, I sold my shares 2 weeks ago. I held on to it for a year, and eventually I was like, I'm just going to get rid of this. And of course, I bought some after hours today, FOMO'd. But it's definitely up. So if you're seeing this video today, on November 16th, or this week, I wish you best of luck. I definitely do think there's going to be a lot of momentum behind this. I don't know who they're going to be acquiring, but that's a whole different story. We can make another video on that. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, I'll talk to you guys next time.